We're going to start with the Lakeway City Manager, Steve Jones. He's been invited to visit with us first. His duties include preparing the city's annual operating budget, which requires some certain amount of ability to predict economic conditions with respect to property values, new construction, sales tax activity, the sign ordinance, the speed limits on Highland Boulevards. We've gotten to be friends with Chief Todd, and Chief always tells us you're his boss. So let's welcome Chief Todd's boss.
Thank you, Steve. When he asked me to do this, he said, all I want you to do is get up and tell everybody all the good things that are going to happen with respect to the economy in this year, 2011. So thank you for inviting me. Y'all have a good lunch. It's not bad. My news, I think, is pretty good. I'm reminded that economists have predicted 8 of the last 5 recessions. So I'm glad we don't have any economists speaking today. We're all amateurs, and we'll probably predict 8 of the next recoveries, the next 5 recoveries. As Steve said, I have to work on the budget for the City of Lakeway. I present to the council every year for their approval, so I have to know a little bit about what's going on in the economy to predict the revenues for the city. 2 of the main revenue factors that we have are sales tax and development permits for the city. And looking back on 2010, our economic indicators were pretty good. We did okay on sales tax, and building turned around is really the short story there. With building permits, we saw a 50% increase in new housing starts, which is wonderful for 2010, given the economy that we had. The bad news is we only had 150 homes, new housing starts, in 2010. That's less than half of what we had back in the height of the market. But it is a turnaround, and I'm encouraged by that, and I think we'll continue to see that through 2011. We had about 400 housing starts back in the 07-08 area. New housing is key because it provides primary employment and secondary industries such as subcontractors and material suppliers, sales, repairs, and maintenance services in our local economy. I also saw an uptick in commercial permits in 2010, and that's the first since 2007 also. Both of these were the first upticks in the number of building permits since 2007. So I'm encouraged by that and expect that to continue for this year. We also had an increase in developer inquiries. Developers have to find out what's going on with respect to zoning laws and subdivision laws and building codes. So they come in and they do some due diligence with our staff and find out if their projects can meet the development goals for the city. While we don't quantify those, I do know that those contacts have been up lately, and we expect those to continue throughout the year. Sales tax is a very good economic indicator, and I'm only familiar with sales tax in the city of Lakeway, but I think we're doing well statewide. But it's a good measure of the flow of dollars in our local economy. In 2010, the city of Lakeway was up 5% in our sales tax, which I think was great, considering what was going on. I think a lot of that was due to our fortunate position in having several retail projects that were underway before the financial crisis hit. Historically, the city has seen about a 10% increase in sales tax year over year. I don't think we're going to see those levels again, but I do think we'll continue to see an increase, and I think this year we'll probably see somewhere in that 5% again. I don't think that's going to be due to new businesses, but I think it's going to be due to increased business with existing firms that are already on the ground, just due to the general increase or improvement in our economy overall. We also look at home values. Right now, I don't have any good data on that. That's one of the most difficult indicators for me to follow, but I think we've got other speakers here that in the real estate business, they'll probably have a better idea about that and can tell us what to expect in 2011. So with respect to those indicators, what I'm seeing is that 2010, I think we bottomed out and we started coming back up. I think we probably bottomed out in late 2009 as far as the city is concerned, and we're coming back up. We're seeing improvements in our sales tax. We're seeing improvements in development activity and new home construction, and expect that to continue in 2011. We've got several projects that are underway. Probably we've got 20 or more projects in some place in the process of approval and development. Some are moving, some are not. But I picked out some of them that are moving, and what we expect will be under construction or be opening up this year. Number one, let's start with the Holiday Inn on North 620. It's going to be a hotel and a restaurant. It's Holiday Inn Express. They've got their zoning, they have their property, and they're working on their site plan now. We expect them to be under construction sometime later this year. North Lakeway Village is a mixed-use development on Ranch Road 620 with residential and commercial. Property there is single-family homes, condos, and 51 acres of commercial. This year we expect construction of more single-family homes, some more condos, and the start of their amenity center there at North Lakeway Village. The Vistas at Lakeway is a condominium development with 150 units on 50 acres. Mercedes Homes recently purchased this project from Toll Brothers, and we expect them to resume construction of condominiums there this year. Lake Travis Plaza Medical Campus, this is what is often referred to as the small hospital behind the post office. They expect to open up this spring, they tell us, with approximately 40 beds, and it'll be a full-service hospital. Tuscan Village is a mixed-use retirement community on Loman's Crossing. They have single-family townhomes and condominiums along with retail, and they will be the home of the future community library. We expect to see construction of more single-family cottages there. There are some being constructed now, and additional condo units, and their amenity center should start this year. Real del Lago is a retail, restaurant, and office space. It's under construction right now on 620 next to Walgreens. We expect completion of that project and a restaurant opening up there this year. Discovery Point is on 620 near Flint Rock Trace, where Mises is. The second phase of that will be under construction later on this year and include a 22,000 square foot office building. One of my favorites, we're going to get a P. Terry's restaurant here in Lakeway on 620 across from the high school. They've purchased the site, got their zoning approved, and we expect them to be under construction shortly. The Lakeway Regional Medical Center, of course, you all know, is under construction now. Won't open this year, but we do expect the start of their medical offices and their retail building this year, and Joel Canfield is here, and he'll tell us a lot more about that later on. We also have Serene Hills development on 71. It's a mixed-use commercial and single-family residential development. HEB purchased a commercial site there. They won't tell us when they expect to start construction, but we're hopeful that they will begin this year on construction. We also expect to see development of single-family lots there during this year. Lakeway Highlands is a mixed-use residential and commercial development with a marina, restaurant, single-family homes, and condominiums. This year, we expect to see development of 2 new sections of single-family lots and construction of new homes and the beginning of their amenity center. So to summarize, what we're expecting as far as new construction in 2011 is the start of a new hotel, 5 residential subdivisions with home construction there, opening 1 hospital and 2 new restaurants, opening of 1 major road, with that being Serene Hills, and the start of 3 new commercial buildings in Lakeway. And to finish up, I don't want to steal any of Joel's thunder, but I don't think you can talk about economic development in Lakeway without talking about the hospital, because it's going to have such a profound impact on our local economy. And I say that because of basically 2 things. Number one, employment. When that hospital opens and the medical office and the facilities that go with it, they expect to employ more people there than the Toyota manufacturing plant in San Antonio. I think that's amazing. The other reason I say that is we hired a grad student at UT to do an economic impact study for us on that. He expects that that facility, once it's up and operating, will inject over $200 million into our local economy. And I think that's huge also. So we're really looking forward to that down the road. Thank you very much.